Just be.
Hey, everybody. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Happy March 15th. Welcome into the Cosmic Chicks.
Welcome.
Yes, come in. You guys, this is an exciting night. And I am your host, Samantha Som with Higher Self Healing Energy. And this is my magical co host over
Heather
there.
Lynn. Yeah, Heather Lynn with Heart Alchemy Wellness.
So we got an exciting guest. Dun, 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 dun. It is my auntie,
Hey.
Roxanne. Roxanne
Yes.
Bernstein. So if you know me, I have a lot of gifts, and my aunt has gifts working with the nature spirits, working with herbs. That is her superpower. So she's coming in to share her wisdom tonight, you guys, on what herbs that you can take to help with your gut health. And how does that help with your body, your mind, and your spirit? How important gut health is. So, Roxanne, we thank you for being here. And can you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you and your wisdom working with herbs?
Yes. My name is Roxana. And of course, as you know, I'm Samantha's aunt.
Yay!
And my mother had, let me take a deep breath. Yeah. It started with my mother. I was a very sickly child. And when I came to her uh, at about the age of 11, I was having quite a few health issues. And at that time, of course, I didn't know anything about gut health or why I was having the issues that I was having. But I soon learned. She taught me amazing medicine. Yes, she did.
So, and um, with and why did you want to share about gut health tonight? Because I talked to my aunt earlier, and I'm like, the world is your oyster. You have so much wisdom. Pick whatever, lean into spirit and see what herbs or what is aligning for us to talk about. So why did you pick gut health tonight, Roxanne?
Well, believe it or not, gut health is it's the freeway to everything. You think of your gut as Interstate 75. If it's blocked up and you can't get where you want to go, man, does that not kill your day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So our guts are the freeway to everything.
I
It
like the
is,
analogy.
we have our main computer. We also have, which I learned later on in life, that our gut is also a brain. It
Mm-hmm.
is, we have three actually. There are neuro transmitters in our gut that tell us something is wrong. And if we are not taking care of our gut, if we are not respecting what we put in our body, um, it doesn't matter what we take. If we try
Mm-hmm.
and take supplements, the food we eat, it's not going to matter if our gut is not functioning properly.
Mm.
So, this is the most simplistic way. I wish someone would have approached me with this years and years ago, because if I'd have known that, once you get that down, the rest falls into place.
And um, so can you tell me with your own gut journey, um, what herbs that you have found to help with that, with your gut?
Well, it was definitely trial and error. I was a young teenager that, believe it or not, I had zits on top of zits. And what teenager that's entering adolescence isn't that's the most embarrassing thing when you're
Yeah.
at school and you
Yeah.
have acne and you're using all this god awful makeup to try and cover it up,
Yeah.
and the flare ups when we have our cycle. Oh my goodness, that's another one, hormonal.
Yes,
Um,
they don't tell you that either because my daughter growing up, all acne everywhere,
yeah,
uh, horrible periods, and constant stomach issues.
yes,
Um, Actually, she has, and I know I've come to realize a lot about the gut health because of her, because of just some of the allergies and just some of the sensitivities, and recognizing that the gut biomes, that if it's out of whack, it literally creates chaos in the body. And
yes,
once I started learning about gut health, and then you start running around and you start talking to people, like your loved ones, like my dad, I was like, I realize now that he was just really, really inflamed because
yes,
gut shows that you're not processing your emotions. I do know that because I'm a Virgo and we rule this gut. Like we rule the gut. So I know all too well that gut health is really, 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 really important. And I know myself
extremely.
that,
So,
hey, if I'm not, go ahead,
so,
Sam.
so Roxanne, besides in our physical, how does that affect our mental, our clarity, and our emotional and balance and our spiritual energy? Can you touch on those topics?
Absolutely. I mean, say you're spending all this money on your groceries, you're buying all this fruit or maybe supplements or whatever, My if it doesn't matter, you could be wasting your money if your body, if your gut is not absorbing it.
Mm.
If if you're just again, I try and make it's this as simplistic as possible. If our freeway isn't running smoothly, if it's bottlenecking, if it's backed up, you get it. If your
Yeah,
plumbing
you're in
is
rush
clogged,
hour traffic.
That's what I was
you
gonna say.
know,
If I'm an every morning girl, if I'm not in the morning, I know something's up. Like that's
yes,
indicator number one.
every time we consume food, every time you have a meal, if you are not expelling it, then it's sitting in you. Think about that.
Yeah.
When you flush your commode, you hope that it all goes down, right? And if you're consuming, if your intake does not equal the output, there's something very wrong. You're
Yeah.
backed up. There's
Yeah.
Your body is not ridding itself. It is not expelling. So your freeway is jammed and you get this bloated, gassy. Who wants to live with that? And if that sits there, it throws off mental clarity.
Mm.
It throws off you feel sluggish, you feel lethargic, you lose your energy, you lose your vibe. It starts to bring down our vibe. So, gut health is all of these things I was learning through my mother. Here I was, a Coca Cola drinking, Dorito Wonder Bread eating teenager.
I
It
love
was horrific. And my mother was just like, oh my gosh, but God rest this woman's soul, she took baby steps with me.
it. Hmm.
And she knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. And that's what I love about my mother.
So,
That woman
Roxanne,
worked with,
so audience will have a little bit more cliff note. So my aunt wasn't raised by her mother, and then she moved when you were 11 to Alaska. So when she moved to
yes,
Alaska, that's why she said when she went and connect back with her mother, she didn't have a healthy diet.
Yeah.
no,
I don't think, this, we were not taught that, because that was a part of
no,
the program. You know, like that was a part of that whole shift is starting with the food. All, you
Yeah.
know, if you get it, if you get the food, you got control of everything.
Yes, you have to understand what we're putting in our body, what you're doing to yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And a big misconception, and I hate to break this to everybody, but it is a known fact, and I am guilty as charged. I love coffee. People think because they consume coffee in the morning and it helps us use the bathroom that that's a healthy thing. No, no,
Right.
that is not the kind of removal that our body's looking for. That
So when
that
you
is
so when you moved with, what was that journey like with grandmother, learning how to work with your gut health and eat better quality foods?
I'm not, again, I'm not going to lie, it was a struggle and it was a lot to learn. I literally had to go in and reprogram, rethink my way of thinking that just because you consume something and you are full does not mean that you've not eaten properly. This is food without nutrients. This is what do they call it? Wasted calories.
Mm-hmm.
I've consumed all this. It's given me a full feeling, oh, I've eaten, but it's done nothing, absolutely nothing for me.
Right.
And my body is trying to process this. It's trying to, find some type of nutrient to derive from this garbage I've just, eaten. And mom, slowly but surely, started introducing me to certain herbal teas. Ginger. We didn't do turmeric at the time. That's more Ayurvedic. We
Mm-hmm.
were doing oh gosh, peppermint, gingers, raspberry leaf, because I had horrible periods. I had periods that would send me to my room, acne flare-ups that were so embarrassing I wouldn't want to go to school. The reason I delved off into these things is because after a visit with the gynecologist to see if, like herself, there was something else going on with me creating these problems. Okay, we did a checklist. This is not the issue. So why am I having these issues? Like a cyst or fibroids or something of that nature. There was nothing like that. So we resorted to the diet. And once she started changing up my course of what I ate, what I drank, these kind of things, these herbs were foreign to me. They
Yeah.
tasted horrible. I thought she was trying to kill me.
That sounds
And
similar to my story. Like honestly, like anything healthy, I was like asparagus. I was like, what? Ew, or spinach,
yeah,
or anything that was remotely healthy. Because my diet growing up, my parent, my dad was a Mountain Dew junkie, 12 pack a
yeah,
day. 12, like he didn't drink alcohol. The man drank sugar.
yeah. Sugar,
The soul, but and
one of the worst.
yeah,
One
well,
of the worst.
and looking back, because I got into herbs and stuff like that because my family, they were struggling with gut issues. All of my family is, and I don't have those issues. And I'm like, well, I don't have those issues because I don't eat like you. I was like, I process my emotions. I was like, and when I'm backed up, when I am channeling too much and I'm not integrating that wisdom, I get told to go to the timeout because I've absorbed too much energy and it's time to integrate and squeeze myself back out because they're reminding me I was eating my feelings, my emotions,
Mhm.
and you have to, like you said, reprogram the subconscious. That I started with keto. And
Yeah,
that was torture. Oh my gosh, when you go into ketosis and then you fall out of the diet and you're like, oh,
yeah,
you,
you'll definitely feel it.
yeah,
But your body will start craving the better things.
yes,
It you've just got to reprogram yourself.
yes.
And let me tell you, after a while, noticing the difference in my skin was huge for me as a female. The
Yes.
acne, getting rid of the boils, the the menstrual problems.
I
Those
see
were
the boils
key.
a lot in women. Can you please, let us know which one of these would like specifically work with that? Because I know that like aging women, they'll get this cystic acne or like
Hmm.
boils because the hormones are like, and then they're eating
Yeah.
poorly, they're not sleeping, and this is our day-to-day life. We're overworked, underwhelmed, and overwhelmed. So which one of these would you recommend for that?
Well, there's a couple. Sam disappeared on
She's
my
on.
end.
She's
Oh,
she's
okay.
in there. I think she's just off on her camera.
There's a couple. One thing I have learned about herbs, that I've learned about spices, that I've learned about diet is one size does not fit all.
Okay.
So my mother was also a certified homeopath. And through learning homeopathic medicine, which is a little offbeat from what we're talking about this evening, but it is also important to do an individual case of the person you're speaking with. Wanting to know exactly what are you doing with yourself? What are you consuming? It could be dairy. It could be your laundry detergent. There's so many factors that play into that. It is definitely a holistic approach of all the things. And I learned that through homeopathic medicine, because they don't just take you into an office, treat the symptoms, they treat the person as a whole.
Yes.
Because it's specific to you. And again, it could be just female things going on, an overabundance of testosterone, an overabundance of estrogen. Your hormones being regulated.
Yeah, and
It
women don't even realize that when they're taking all the action, that they're producing an overabundance of testosterone, and then they wonder why that they're, lack of better words, acting out. You know what I mean? With
Mhm.
aggression, it's because they have too much testosterone in their system. And I, again, because I was, I'm guilty as shit. Like I know.
So, Roxanne, what is the first herb that you would recommend for gut health?
Hmm. I think
Like,
I'll go with ginger. We'll say ginger right now.
okay.
Ginger, it is, along with turmeric, it is nature's antibiotic.
Okay.
Believe it or not, nature has a powerhouse of natural antibiotics that are antimicrobial, that go in and work just like an antibiotic without wiping you out.
Okay.
Anti means non-existent. Biotic, it's killing all your bugs.
Yes.
These things go in and fight in defense of your body, but don't wipe everything out in the process.
Got it.
Oh,
So,
yeah, because it says that it's a powerful antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory.
yes.
Um,
And anti-inflammatory is basically a coined word saying that there's an invader, and we've got to go protect. We're sending out the troops. And so it is going to where the body is inflamed.
Yeah.
And I did run across a very, very, very important piece of information this evening about diabetics and inflammation in the body. Just FYI.
yes,
So,
beans.
but ginger, being a root, horseradish, turmeric, these are all roots. They can be a little hot, but
Hot
yeah,
for you, not for me.
but they're not hot in the way of a pepper. It's not lasting. You just feel the heat. You feel it going to work.
Yeah, it does. And
Yes.
even when like in ginger, it clears you up.
I
Yes.
love fresh ginger. Love it.
Yes. Fresh ginger juice. Tame it down with a little bit of lemon, some warm water. Oh my gosh, you can't beat it for sore throats, colds, whatever. Yeah, and it's it's good for circulation, very warming. It is a warming herb. In Chinese medicines, they have cooling and they have warming. And this is one of those that goes in and works with the liver. Liver being our next very, very important function the liver has, removing our toxins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ginger also helps flush the liver, works with the liver. So it is definitely bad bacteria goes in and tries to eliminate it. It would be one mouth health.
Now, how would
see
you recommend to prepare the ginger? Like just fresh and you slice it and eat it? Or would you make a ginger juice? Or could you bake it? Like, would you lose the properties if you baked it into something or cooked it into something?
Okay, so anytime you add heat to anything, you are going to have the likelihood of killing off some of its good enzymes, its properties. You're going to start taking away from it. If your palate can handle slivers, slices like they put on your little Chinese or what is it, your sushi, they'll have little slivers on your sushi.
I love it.
I love that. That's all you need. It's very powerful. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to consume an entire root.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, dear. I'm sorry.
So the thing about ginger is my dog has tumors. Yeah, I'm correct. He has tumors. And I've been doing some research on how to starve the tumors, different herbs, and they pretty much said ginger is a part of it. Ginger, turmeric, blueberries for the antioxidants.
Yes.
And they literally just said, like, just slice a little piece up, and like you said, it's just a little goes a long way with this root. So
and you know what I find interesting about ginger is because my husband is from West Africa and they use ginger in like a lot of their food. A delicious ginger drink naturally. So they have a lot of ginger in their diet, like just
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they still have the wisdom though from the ancestors. We're
they haven't corrupted it.
Our own little under our own little rock, I think, health wise. It's coming, but it's definitely needs to be talked about more.
Yes.
And we are bringing it out, right? Sharing this with everybody.
Yeah. Our slide, hang on, Sam. It does show that it can treat morning sickness and nausea for our fellow pregnant women.
Yeah.
So that morning sickness was one of the things that I did not enjoy. The first trimester, didn't have any after the first trimester, but boy, it was.
Yeah. And it also understanding what your body's doing. If you feel the bloating and gassy, that is unprocessed food sitting. And your body's way of relieving the pain is gas. It's getting rid of that methylene. It's getting rid of it. And the ginger is helping go in and break this stuff down. That's how powerful it is. It is going in and breaking down that unprocessed food, trying to eliminate it out of the bowel. Another good
highway, clearing that jam.
It's clearing the jam. That's right. It's trying to get things moving, get it out of here. You have no use for it.
Yeah.
Sitting there is bad energy.
and so the one thing, like my quantum healing hypnosis, Dolores Cannon, my teacher, taught us a lot about the kidneys. And basically she said that spiritually, it's like, what waste are you holding on to?
Yeah.
What toxic toxin in your life or in your environment really is asking to be removed. So we also, like, I loved how you explained earlier about the environment and how
Yeah.
important the environment is, and how our gut is really our mind. It's our first
Yeah.
brain. This is our second brain. So our gut is letting us know, hey, something's going on. And when we dull those sensations, no wonder why we feel dragged down, because we don't have full access because of our jam,
Yeah.
you know? So, but yeah, she said it was like, that's your weight, you know, your dumpster. That's you got to get rid of it. You got to clear the dumpster.
You
um,
do.
Gotta clean the bathroom, right?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
this is like your liquid Drano of the body, you know? You
yeah.
have to clean the pipes. If the pipes aren't clean and running clear, you know,
The whole
oh my goodness.
and it makes
Yeah.
sense, you know. Yes, that makes sense. So what would
Yeah.
be the second herb that or root that
Yeah.
you would recommend for?
Um, so let me see. I think my second favorite, and I will say that I do love turmeric. You know, people get on this turmeric curcumin kick, curcumin being the active ingredient in turmeric, but I love to take on these roots as a whole. I Ayurvedic's been doing this for 1,000 years. Who am I to change their medicine?
Right.
And they do not necessarily extract the curcumin from it and try and isolate it on its own.
So,
So,
Roxanne, our viewers out there, including me, what is curcumin? What does that mean?
curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric. It's like they're taking its star player and they're just using him. He's playing by himself. Just forget about the rest of the team.
Mhm.
Let's just take this curcumin and isolate it and expect it to do everybody's job.
Gotcha.
Pardon
Nice.
me.
So it's the one that you call in when you need house cleaned or you need extra assistance, I
Yeah.
guess.
Alexa, stop. Sorry. My alarm was going off. Apologies.
You're
Yeah,
good.
so curcumin is that active ingredient that but it doesn't it's not it's not the only player in the game though. I feel that the root itself, I've always taken it as a whole. Very good anti-inflammatory, pain, joints. It's nature's, I want to say, it's nature's pain reliever. Um,
I mean, you hear about
so
turmeric everywhere. Everybody's talking about turmeric.
Oh yeah,
we have to be, yeah, but I will tell you, we have to be very, very mindful of where we're sourcing it.
that is true.
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, but I've had many years of experience in this, talking to people, manufacturers, the herbal companies that create these products,
Mm-hmm.
talking to the people that the whys and wherefores of why do they put the product together the way they do? What is their reasoning behind it? To not corrupt this wonderful herb. Trying to keep my train here because there's so much information. It's a natural blood thinner. That's
Ooh,
another
that's
one
a
with
good one.
turmeric.
That's nice.
Okay.
So, and I think that's important because let's be honest, a lot of people have that heart issue where they need blood thinners,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really needed to focus on that heart health, not recognizing that the heart health stems from the gut health. So if it all
Yeah,
starts in the gut, like every problem because I'm certified as an Ayurvedic nutrition, so
yeah,
I have a little bit of wisdom about, but it's literally these herbs and these roots literally are like you said, God's medicine. And these are the
they
things that
are.
just the simplest things go the longest way.
Yep.
Yes. And with any of these herbs, I will say, with even vitamins, we stressed this when I was in training. If you are taking any type of prescription, make sure that herbs are very powerful, down to vitamin C. Something you think vitamin C, you think grapefruit juice. These things are very powerful if you're taking them in their purest forms. You have to be very mindful if you're taking prescription drugs, because there could possibly be interactions. That does not make this herb unsafe. It makes the combination unsafe. Turmeric,
Like
ginger.
grapefruit, you can't, if you're a cancer patient, it interacts with the cancer drugs and it can
Yes.
somehow like dilute the, I don't know, because I don't, I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor, but I know that my sister had cancer and that she was advised not to have grapefruit.
Yes.
Because it counterreacted negatively with the medication that she was on.
It goes in there, and it's creating a roadblock for what that medicine's trying to do.
Yeah.
Same with the turmeric. It is a blood thinner. If you're on metformin, some of these prescriptions, they advise you not to take it.
Well, it's because they want, I'm going to be honest, they want you to take their metformin. And I'm going to be real honest.
Yeah.
Once you're on metformin, I said, what insurance? Once you're on metformin, your chance of getting off metformin without a complete 360 in diet is because your body will quit producing and it like shuts off those signals once they go to the, they're numbing the signal, I guess. That's been my experience. Even before I got into healing, that once you're on certain medications, like you're there, like cholesterol, that's the very first one that gets everyone stuck for life. Most everyone's on cholesterol medication. So
we have to educate ourselves.
Medication is banned in other countries. My husband, it's banned in France.
What is?
Metformin? We have to
cholesterol.
Oh.
We have my best piece of advice on any of these herbs we talk about: educate yourself and fact check me if you want. And these are things that I've utilized myself. And I can tell you that not everything we're talking about may work for you. Again, we're talking about absorption.
Yes.
I don't know what your diet is. I don't know what you consume in a day.
Yeah.
These things may not work for you.
Yeah.
And that's why
your body might not be absorbing it at all. Then you have to get to the problem of why your body's not allowing the absorption to occur.
Exactly.
So there's a lot that can go on. And that's why I love holistic healing, is because the medication stops the receptor and it numbs the signal. And then if I'm not getting the proper signal of what needs to change, because your body will naturally say, hey, I'm craving this food. I follow the craving, heed the message. Your body will naturally be like, oh, I'm craving spicy food, or these things really, really matter. And what I advise everyone is just kind of, when you're thinking about it, just kind of look within, see how it feels inside. Like when you talk about it, does it make you feel weighed down? Because I know when I see the word pizza, right, everyone's like, oh, that's healthy. But if I eat a whole pizza by myself, I'm pretty weighed down from the dough and everything like that, but if I think of like apples or oranges, I feel lifted up. So your body will send a frequency vibration, and just ask yourself, what do I want? Or how does it feel? How does it feel inside? Because we're asking our gut, what do you need?
Yeah.
That you need.
Really making a norm talk back with your body.
Yes,
Yeah, we
because
have to.
that's why you have the backed up system and your highways clogged is because you didn't listen to that red alert going off, that check engine oil. You just kept blowing through it like, oh, always, and your engine's
We
like, and and then they're wondering like, whoa, that just happened. Well, yes.
So, Roxanne, what's another herb?
Well, I'll tell you what, my overall, if we're talking about a sickly person, if we're talking about somebody that is actually on prescription drugs, anything, one of my go-tos, and I will go back to our ancestors, is bone broth. It is the ultimate
So, bone
food.
broth is a herb.
Hmm?
You want to clarify that? Is that a herb or
No, bone broth is not an herb, but we
so
were talking, the topic.
about herbs so people don't think it's a herb they're looking up for?
No. We were talking, I thought, we were going for gut health.
Yeah. Bone
And
broth
We just want to make it clear.
yeah. I really had to think hard about this because we were talking, that when you had asked me about it, you said, what topic do you want to cover? And I understand we were talking, you said, think of some herbs.
Yeah.
I
I
was,
what are your thoughts about honey and like different because of allergies? Because that was one thing that I was turned on to when I was doing the cancer research and how natural honey played a big part. So what are your thoughts on honey? Is there any specific kind that you prefer? Or what
absolutely.
is your wisdom about honey?
You had a beautiful little picture of my favorite, and that's Manuka. Manuka honey is, you have your peppermint up. You finally found your peppermint. But
Bam,
there
is.
we go. Manuka honey, let me tell you, Winnie the Pooh, he had something going on if he had Manuka. Because that, if, and again, something that is unadulterated, that is not pasteurized. Anytime we add heat to honey, we are killing it. We are killing the effects.
Okay.
I learned this again, something later on was not even thinking about it when I added it to my hot tea, that I was killing it. They recommend nothing higher than 150 on your water because it will start to kill the important things in the honey.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be
Never,
basically like a medium, like a warm, like basically just
yeah,
warm.
just warm.
Okay.
Again, you're adding heat to something, pasteurization.
Mhm.
I try and find the purest beekeeper honey I can find. Something, I will not buy honey from the store. I will usually go to a health food store or a market. Manuka being my favorite.
About somebody local.
Yeah. Ask
Mhm.
them, what are they doing with their honey? There's a fellow I've been buying from for quite some time. His is the minimal, kind of like unpasteurized raw milk type thing. It's
Mhm.
kind of a dirty language to what's in the store, but
And its purest form, they like most people would
purest form.
feel like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I
But
know Manuka, that like when they tried to bring it to the main stage at like the stores, they want so much, like it's because they understand the health benefits though. That's what it is. So they're just
Manuka is only brought over from one place, and that makes it a hot commodity, and that's from New Zealand.
I
And
was
it
From
is
Australia.
harvested over there.
I was thinking it was from Australia, but it's New Zealand.
They do have the Manuka bush there. I did learn that, but it's mostly from New Zealand.
Okay.
Those bees are a powerhouse because they are pollinating those bushes. And that honey is, let me see here. Its healing abilities are proven. They have it in hospitals on burn wards.
Mm-hmm.
It has like, what makes it different is it has like a peroxide, a healing effect, like peroxide, cleansing, antibacterial. Again, people with IBS, if
Yeah.
they ulcers, again, but this honey is medicinal. It does not taste like regular honey. It has different grades going from like 25 to 1,000 MGOs. And that meaning the grade of the honey, how potent is it? And it is tested. It is tested, and it is very expensive because of its medicinal value.
Yeah.
But it is my all-time favorite honey. You will not find, in my opinion, again, a decent Manuka honey on your regular shelf. This is something that I would only entrust someone who is in a health food store or something. Or
Yeah, because
I
Market. I get mine from the market.
Yeah.
First time I heard about this honey is I had a supervisor. His dog was dying really sick. And he found out about Manuka. Did I say that right, Roxanne?
Yep, Manuka.
Manuka honey, about the powerful benefits it has.
Mhm.
And that's the first time I ever heard about it.
I love you hit on a couple things. You know, one of my girlfriends had throat cancer.
Yeah.
And she actually was the one that turned me on to Manuka honey. And she would take it because of the radiation burns. And I love you hit on the burns, you hit on the healing components.
Yes.
And actually has some form, it helps with cancer. I don't know what compounds it does, but I know that cancer patients need honey.
Yes.
Specifically Manuka honey because of the healing compounds, because she swears by it. She swears by it, and because she had, radiation burns all the way down. It was all targeted, and that's what she hands down. And it even says that it goes all the way to the ulcer. So it's all the way down the GI tract.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yes. It is amazing. What's that, dear? What's Sam?
Recommend, like, make sure, you're not going to find it on a regular shelf. And to make sure that it comes from New Zealand or Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you you would recommend getting it at a health food store.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's all organic, they're
marketing can put anything on this stuff in any.
I saw Manuka and TJ Maxx, and I'm like, what?
That's when they're getting it. Yeah. And you know what's funny? I guarantee it's from America.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it.
What?
It's an imposter.
Yeah.
Moving down to herbs and honey with gut health, Roxanne, you kind of touched a little bit before about bone broth. So how can bone broth support our gut system?
If you're not wanting to go and figure out supplement because your diet's out of whack, bone broth is your best friend. It is your best friend. You have your collagen, your hyaluronic acid, collagen being extremely important, the best protein you can bring into your diet. Absolute gut healing property. It is the mesh, the network of everything, holding it all together. As we get older, we stop producing it. Well, let me rephrase that. We slow down.
Yes.
Hence, wrinkles, elasticity. We start losing that. And we're like, man, you just want a facelift to look younger. You know what? Go get you some hyaluronic acid. Go drink you some bone broth. Bone broth has all of these components in it. They are imperative. And it's so easy.
What type of bone?
It's really easy because you know how much is it for the collagen by itself? I know because I've bought collagen
I bought it
because I know that I'm getting to the age where, you know, our production or, you know, or because I can see it, whatever. I'm 45, I'm about to be 46. I'm starting to see the signs and I'm okay with that. But I didn't really recognize that about the bone broth. But that was another thing that they recommended for the diet with the cancer because it starves the tumor. So anything that starve and dry out the tumor or the cancer, you're just like basically taking its food source and coming some good anti-inflammatory antioxidants like we are the defense.
And what kind of bone broth? What kind of bone?
Well, it depends on you. You have your bovine, which is your beef. You have your fish. You have your chicken. I've used all of them.
Okay.
You can cook with this. Bone broth is an amazing foundation for a soup. You want to make chicken and noodles, use chicken bone broth. Yes, you can get collagen peptides. Yes, you can get the powder. It is broken down in such a way that you're getting all three of your collagens. There's three of them. And the absorbency. We're looking at, again, gut health and absorbency. It doesn't upset your system to take it. Your body breaks it down and utilizes it. Like I said, the bone broth is one of the most simplistic ways to acquire gut healing, resetting. It is, you can, what is the word? If you want to, oh my goodness, Paco does it all the time. The word just is eluding me. Clarity of thought's another one. Maybe I need to go drink some.
Keeping that memory of, you know, nice
clarity of thought. It's so important. What do we call that? Fasting, for the love of God. Fasting.
Fasting.
Drink bone broth. Fasting, you know. If
I
you've
didn't
been
even think about that because like I totally have a hard time, you know, maybe not now because I have a little bit more weight on me and I have a little bit to where I could feed off of myself. But, you know, I got to a point where I couldn't even fast because I was fasting so much. My body, like, you need to stop. Like, you're good, but you need to chunk up, you know, because your body can go from one extreme to the next, you know what I mean? Because once you start realizing what all these things do, your body drops everything because it's telling you expel it, and then you expel everything, and then it's like, okay, now what? You know,
it does reset that absorbency. It's cleaning you out. It's detoxing you.
Yes.
It is also extremely good for joint repair. They tell you, you know, fact check me. When they say that you have bone on bone, one of the first things that we would try and get folks to understand, bone broth, the collagen, glucosamine. Start implementing these things because they will repair, they will rebuild. It is a fallacy to say you can't do these things.
Yeah, the glucosamine helps with the joint flexibility because as basically what's going on is we're starving our muscles. We're not moving them, we're not expressing them, so they get stiff. So the glucosamine allows your body, and it works in conjunction. It allows
the hinge. It's the WD-40 for your hinges. Hyaluronic acid is an oil job. You just took your body down to the Valvoline Care. Hyaluronic acid. You get all these things in bone broth. Again, gut health. You're repairing your gut. Any little ridges, any little pockets your guts have formed because we eat these horrific things that burn holes in us. We're
Mm-hmm.
releasing these poisons out. We're becoming stagnant. We need to clean it up. It is the easiest, this the most simplistic way of doing it.
So
That
what
one.
about I seen the flyer that Heather had up for peppermint. Can you touch on peppermint?
Yeah.
So we moving along to peppermint. So what are? Let me add the stage real quick. Bam. There it goes.
Nice.
All right. So peppermint looks like it has a bunch of amazing properties. And I actually, before we get started, I just made some peppermint infused lip gloss or chapsticks. So yes, I did because of the healing component. So
Yeah.
what a wonderful herb to be working with. So tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about
So how
that.
does it help with gut health, Roxanne?
So here again, peppermint is one of those mint, catnip. These guys are all in this kind of in the same family.
Okay.
You see what it does for our cats, right?
Mhm.
Well, I'm just being funny. Peppermint, it is again one of these very, very simple, beautiful herbs. If you have an upset stomach, pregnancy, breastfeeding, the baby maybe colic. I did a lot of mint, raspberry for my own female health, the mint family, because it is calming. It is not a lot of known interactions with anything, but I will say peppermint is extremely powerful. We have to respect it. God's pharmacy. If
Mhm.
you have GERD, it is not recommended. It can actually irritate that.
And
I have
why
to
is
look.
that? What
I,
component about the
I'm
peppermint?
not real sure. That one I have to check on that myself, but I do remember that pulling back in my memory. It will irritate GERD
Okay.
if you're known to have it. I will have to. I'll have to. I'll have to remind myself why, because I can't remember. If you're using peppermint a in an oil, if you're putting it on yourself, if you have sensitive skin, always use a carrier. Do
Yes.
not peppermint in full blown strength because it can
Okay.
have some adverse effects. If you're
Yeah, it's
stuck,
really powerful. Can it burn? You can't like almost like give you like a skin burn kind of almost like a
it can
slim.
definitely like break you out for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I clean with it. Dr. Bronner's soaps, his Castile soaps,
Mm-hmm.
uh, peppermint, my goodness. I was not, this is another thing that we have to be mindful of, and I'm not trying to get off the path, but it is a sidebar conversation for another time. You Anybody using these oils, peppermint, any of these oils, do your research because they're like if we have a diffuser, if you're thinking, oh, I read where it helps with fleas, make sure you're doing your research and you know the dilutions
Yeah.
because God help me, with all the knowledge that I believe I have, I was using a diluted version of Dr. Bronner's on my cat for fleas,
Mm-hmm.
and it was too potent. And
Yeah.
I know this because my cat came unglued.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely felt like oh my gosh, I was so upset. But do your research.
Yeah.
I used it way too potent for the cat, and it can be very harmful to them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, but the
especially if you're giving it to your animals too. I've noticed that you really have to make sure do your research for anything, whether it's kids, your children, your pets, or even your elder parents too.
yeah,
Just make sure that everything aligns and that it's meeting the need that you're looking to solve. So it looks like it, I think what's cool, it shows that it kills mouth germs,
Yeah.
and bad breath.
Put it in
Makes
place,
sense.
right?
Yeah, it's amazing amount, breath freshener. And this is another thing I want to point out before I forget, because it is so overlooked, and I can't stress this enough. When we think about, okay, when we're in the spirit, I'm going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but I promise not to go too far. When we talk about speaking, releasing, our mouth is the gateway. Our nose, when we're talking about taking in the elements, our environment, something that people do not think about, and it ties into gut health 1,000%, is the mouthwashes and toothpaste we use.
Yep.
Mhm.
We are killing off healthy bacterium that it is put in place. God put it there. He manufactured us this way, that anytime we're breathing in the viruses that are airborne, pollutants, if we ruin or rain havoc on our first point of entry, well, our skin's our first point, but our mouth, our breathing in is the other. We are absolutely obliterating our first stage. It's getting through the gate, and we're taking it in. My grandparents, I grew up smelling that just terrible. And if anybody uses Listerine, God help you, kills 99.9% of bacteria. What's that tell you?
Good and bad.
You're killing my good stuff too.
Yeah.
Your first defense of breaking down your food. Two or three things you ask me, well, how do I know about my gut health? How do I know what's going on inside? I'll tell you, first thing, look in the mirror at your tongue. What does your tongue look like? Look at your tongue. Do you get sores in your mouth?
Both did.
Look at your gums and
I've looked at that.
Yeah.
And they do that when you go to the dentist. That's the first thing they do is they look at your oral health.
Yes.
They
and
pull
it
your
will tell
mouth,
you
they're
a
like,
lot. It'll tell you a lot about you and what you do.
It
Yes.
does. It does. Because I noticed that when I am not, 'cause again, I'm a Virgo, so it's common for me I'm very self-aware about my gut health because that is my weakest point of entry.
Yeah.
Knowing who you are, but and knowing my family, and that's been one of the weakest areas.
Yeah.
My tongue, like if my tongue, it's either you're dehydrated or it's something you're eating. So if you have like white fuzzies, you're not supposed to have that stuff on there. And it's basically, what you're eating. So pay attention to that stuff. It's real important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Roxanne, we want to thank you. Thank you for bringing wisdom to Cosmetics and sharing. We definitely would love to have you back on.
Oh,
It has been a pleasure. So if people want to reach out to you and get a hold of you, where can they find you or how can they get a hold of you?
again, this is my first time. I'm just breaking into this. I can't thank you girls enough for having me here.
Yay.
I am on Facebook and Instagram, but like yourselves, I haven't quite gotten that far to, put myself out there like that. But I am wanting to. I am wanting to share the things that
So do you want
that I've learned.
your name on Facebook or not? Your first and last? Do you want to share your first?
info?
Can find you on Facebook.
You both bleeped out. I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear what you said.
How can they find you on Facebook? What's your name? How can they reach you on Insta or your Facebook?
Oh,
Your
so
name, your channel, or whatever you call it.
yes. On Facebook, it's Roxana Burnside. On Instagram, it's Love Peace Rasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to make a quick announcement, and I wanted to personally invite you to Sam and I's next Cosmic Chicks event with the Miss VI Peach. We are going to be airing our Cosmic Chick video, and we're going to be doing a new moon ceremony. So
Oh,
just wanted to give that invite to you, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely the deets are on the
Reconnect.
Facebook page, so definitely come check us out. We're going to basically be having our video, which starting the beginning of April, we're going to have a new intro video, and it's going to
Yeah.
be a custom made video that we're super proud and very blessed, honestly, to be able to make that move. So would love to invite you personally, and would love to invite all of our tribe. And don't forget, like, subscribe, share the video. There's a lot of wisdom in here. And we will see you guys next time. Love you
thank
guys.
you.
Yes,
been
have a good night. Grand day.
Hey, hey, it's your bestie, Heather Lynn, offering QHHT and HQHH sessions this week. I only have 2 spots. Go ahead and look below.